Trump supporters take the man seriously but not literally, and liberals take him literally but not seriously. All this stuff is hyperbole on his part. He's going with the Nixon madman theory.
Nicky Billou is with us, Ontario, Canada resident, but really the most patriotic pro-American guy I know. Host of a top 10 iTunes podcast, an entrepreneur, my co-author of the Great Patriot Protest to Boycott book and the Great Patriot Boycott book, and he is also helping me with my latest book. He's the guy behind the scenes with my latest book, managing it. I'm not going to mention the name yet. I'm not going to tell you what it's about yet until we absolutely have it all set and ready to go. It should be in the next few days, or certainly by next week. So I'm not going to say a word yet. But Nicky, it's going to be a big one. I think it'll be my best-selling book of all time. What do you think?
Wayne, it's going to be a massive success. It's going to be huge. No one's ever seen anything like it, brother.
We'll keep it under wraps for now. So you are of Iranian descent, and we've talked to you many times about, well, actually, it's probably equal at this point, how many times we've talked to you about the terrible things happening in Canada with the communists trying to take over and becoming China's best friend and becoming America's enemy. Crazy. You've always been our best friend. What's going on? I know it's not you, but the leaders of Canada. And the same thing in Iran. It's not the people of Iran. It's the crazy leaders of Iran. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I think, and let's see what you think. Respond to what I'm going to say. I opened the show saying this. In America, everyone, including some of my friends who voted for Trump 3 times, all think that he's lost his mind. He's crazy. The things he's saying are outrageous. The end of civilization for Iran. I'm going to kill you all. I'm going to bomb you all. They think he's going to nuke them. They think he's crazy. I think it's all a negotiation. It's the art of the deal. And he wants to be unpredictable and sound like a reckless risk taker. And he wants you to really believe he's ready to nuke you and wipe out your civilization to get you to the table to sign the right deal. And I believe you're going to hear tonight that the Iranian leaders signed the right deal. And then that's part 2 of what I predicted. I said, and the reason we're going to get the right leader to the table to sign the deal is because they are not quite as crazy as the first layer that we killed. All of them are dead. All the ones that have never done a deal dead. The next level that would have never done a deal dead. And the third level may be dead. And the fourth level, maybe you find someone who actually wants to live. And that person signs a deal. And that's a brilliant strategy. And I think both of Trump's strategies, in my opinion, are brilliant and they're working. And I think we'll get a deal tonight. That's my opinion.
Well, look, I absolutely agree with you. You know, Selena Zito, who is one of the few remaining real journalists out there, said a few years back that Trump supporters take the man seriously but not literally, and liberals take him literally but not seriously. All this stuff is... Good. Yeah, all this stuff is hyperbole on his part. He's going with the Nixon madman theory. So back during the era of the Vietnam War, when Richard Nixon was president, right, Henry Kissinger would go up to the North Vietnamese and say, look, you guys better make a deal with me because I'm reasonable. That madman Nixon, you never know what he's going to do. That's the original American anti-communist. And that was very effective in getting the North Vietnamese to come to the table and play ball with him. And Donald Trump is like that. He's a little bit unpredictable. He says things in a hyperbolic way. It's intended to pressure people in a big way, and it's doing the job. And listen, even if he ends up bombing bridges, even if he ends up bombing power plants
and water.
And oil and water. Here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? There's people in Iran, and I sent a few of these videos to your producer, to Andrew Paul, that are saying, please, Mr. President Trump, keep bombing. Don't stop bombing. They get mad when the Americans stop bombing. Imagine, Wayne, how desperate a people have to be that they prefer being bombed than living under an evil, Nazi-like, terroristic regime like the Islamic Republic.
Right. Show us, what are we seeing on the screen? Can you see this, Nicky? What are we seeing here? That must be one.
These are Iranians. These are Iranians who are, first of all, crying with joy because they're thanking the United States and Israel for attacking and targeting the regime. And they're also crying because some of their loved ones got killed. What you saw there was a collage of young people under the age of 25 that have been murdered by the regime. A near world champion 19-year-old wrestler who's younger than my eldest son was executed with two of his buddies, Saleh Mohammadi. I mean, this was insane. This guy was going to win Olympic gold medals. That's how good he was, brother. And they killed him because he went out there asking for his rights. The people of Iran look at Donald Trump as a great liberator. They see him as the second coming of Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the great liberator of Eastern Europe. Donald Trump is the liberator of the Iranian people. God bless him for doing that.
Yes, and the proof that Nicky is right is that in all the Western civilized cities of the world, Iranians have come out in huge numbers to celebrate President Trump and protest the Iranian regime. And isn't it stunning, Nicky, that liberals who have such big hearts and there's such bleeding hearts about everything in life, not one of them gives a crap about the Iranian people. Not one of them has ever protested. They don't seem to care that the Iranian regime has killed something like 50,000 peaceful protesters, mostly young people, gone forever. No liberals care. Isn't that amazing? Where's their protests?
Because honestly, brother, they actually don't care about people. This is all just performative on their part. These people are evil. They've got hate in their hearts. They want to see everything good destroyed. They are the enemies of God. They're the enemies of Christ. I'm going to say they're the Antichrist. And I'm going to tell you this. Iranian people hate these people. We thought we'd only have to battle the Islamic Republic. Now we have to battle the Western media. We have to battle the so-called liberals, the leftists and the fascists and the Nazis. We hate these people with a white hot passion. You can go on Instagram, and on the day when all of this came to a head, when AOC and all her pals in the squad said, no, don't attack Iran, I have a rant where I basically go tell them to go F themselves and say, if you really care about the Iranian people, you're going to stop talking like this. We don't care what you have to say. We want Donald Trump to come in and bomb these people. And I want to say this to your friends who voted for Donald Trump 3 times. The reason you voted for Donald Trump is because you believe in freedom. You believe in the ideals of America. America is the nation in the world that throughout its history has stood for human freedom. America fought a revolutionary war for freedom. They fought a civil war to free the slaves for freedom. They fought World War II to free the world from evil Nazism. They fought the bloody Cold War to free the world from godless communism. This is in the tradition, the highest tradition of great American leaders and great American presidents who stand up for freedom. This is the modern Nazi movement. The Islamist regime in Iran is the leader of the modern Nazi movement. America is fighting for freedom once again. The world believes in the ideal of America, and American military members, they are grateful to be standing up and doing what they do because they know that this is a righteous war, this is a righteous fight. They're going up against evil. The good guys wear the stars and stripes and the Israeli flag on their arms. The bad guys wear the Islamic Republic flag. You notice I don't say the Iranian flag, Wayne. And please tell the president to stop calling these guys Iran and call them the Islamic Republic. It's really important that we draw a distinction between Iran and the Islamic Republic. Iran is an occupied nation. That's the people of Iran. The Islamic Republic are these bastards who are holding us hostage and killing our people by the tens of thousands. This is a good war. It's a righteous war. It's going to be over soon. You don't need to put boots on the ground. You got to just give them some weapons. President Trump tried to give them weapons. He told us that in his press conference yesterday. He's going to go to those Kurds and he's going to say, give those weapons to the Iranians or else. I know he's going to do that. He's going to send them more weapons. The boots on the ground are there. We don't need your boots on the ground. We just need some weapons, and we need you to keep bombing the hell out of these bastards. So please keep it up.
And speaking of evil, last shot I want to get in. Evil is the Democrat Party in the United States, the leftists. I really believe, based on the comments I got on social media from leftists, they did not like that we saved the 2 pilots. They did not like that the most daring military success raid in history. They wanted us to fail and the pilots to be put in a cage and paraded around Iran and embarrass Trump. That's how evil the left is around the world and in the United States.
Amen. I wholeheartedly agree. They are nothing but the modern definition of evil. And you know what? When history books are written, they're going to be, like Ronald Reagan said, a sad, bizarre chapter in history whose last pages even now are being written. The left as a movement is on its way out and on its way to destruction thanks to Donald Trump. God bless him. God bless you for everything you do, Wayne. You are the man who helped set Trump in motion to save the Iranian people.
On the way out. Big night tonight, Nicky. Big night. Pray.
Big night.
Pray for good stuff tonight.
Thank you. God bless you.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.